The account is now 1 day and 6 hours old, and the power has only crept forward to 246,000. I'm about to go off to bed, but I'm trying to win the technology prize. There's 10 minutes left. I have one attempt left to donate, but unfortunately, if we go to rankings, the top two people we ignore because they had spent donations yesterday. But this person here above me is legitimately above me and looks like they're going to steal the 8-hour prize, leaving me with just the 3-hour unless I can hit 1,000 on this last donation. So here goes nothing. Come on, 1,000. Oh, only 100. And I have unfortunately also spent some gems. I spent 30 gems trying to boost this. Maybe I'll spend 30 more. I've definitely got a 3-hour coming in. No, don't do it. Just take the 3-hour. It would have to be 1,000, which is pretty low chance. What are we doing now? Well, it's off to bed, so we need the timers to be long. 7 hours should get me through the night on the research. But 38 minutes is not going to do it, so let's just finish that off. 2, 3. But I think the tavern will get me through the night. Yep, 9 hours, no problem. 5 hours is not good enough there, so let's finish that. And 7 hours will get me through the night. That's great. Just before I go to bed, I will do the troops. So for the moment, I'm just going to do a very few. But hopefully I'll have all of those going overnight for as maximum as I can. I'll call my gatherers back in a minute and send them back out, so they're going to be clearing as much resources as I can. If you notice, stone is on 1.7 million. You can see that's starting to separate from the others because we're ready for the Lohar tomorrow. I've got a bit of AP to clear onto Lohar as soon as reset happens, and then it is bed. I have managed to 3-star up to 18 and beat 19, but not 3-star. So that's going to be ready to collect after. Let's just have a quick power check-in. So 58 on building, 30 on technology, 59 on troops, and commander power barely moved because we're not power spreading. Let's have a little look at commanders. City Keeper's now on 23. Lohar's only moved a little bit forward and nobody else has moved at all. We have though got a chance of getting Lohar's 3rd skill, so please. The luck had to run out at some point. Let's do another one whilst we're here though. 2 unlucky in a row. But you've got to fill it up, so it doesn't matter overall. Plus it's a little extra power to put on the account as well. That's like an extra 3,000 power. Let's have a look at the flags for a moment. So the first thing we notice is I've done most of the zone here and I'm right up to the walls. So if you're going to use your maps, now is the time, because of course, if you have to send your scouts to either side of a wall, it is ineffective. So let's use the 28 I've got here, and that should clear nicely along the walls. It is, which is an effective way of doing this. Especially this spot here where your scout would have to go to 1, 2, 3 zones to clear that bit there. So that's pretty good. Decided to progress the VIP to level 5, which cost me a couple of thousand gems, but I've got that action points plus 10%, which is going to be really useful during the Lohar event to maximize those rewards, and hopefully I'll have some dividends paid back from that investment. Reset is here, which means we've got a courier station straight away. Let's grab everything we can from here. Brilliant. 2 hours and 10 minutes there. And then on the refresh, what we're going to get, another 2 hours. Another good courier station. Let's have a little look. Any other freebies? No other freebies. So I'm just going to wait for the next Barbarian level to increase up to level 8, clear my AP, and then it's off to bed. 1 day and 18 hours into my new sleeper, and we need to talk about a very important subject, which is really the fork in the road for every free-to-play player. This is where you can choose to grind to improve your account, as opposed to what I try and do, which is just play smart. Now obviously the difference is ginormous. So if we go into reports here, so at the moment on a Dauntless Lohar, with a bit of luck, I'm getting an hour and a half, chance of some epic heads, and that's a nice reward. But if we go to this report here, let's find a good one. Here we are. So this is Barbarian chaining, and now that the Lohar event has started, this actually becomes the most effective thing you can do. I don't promote this much on the channel, and I'm not highly skilled at it. But in this Barbarian chain, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kills for 40 AP. So the return is ginormous. Let's add this up. 8, 7, 8, 7, 8. So 24, 14. That's 38 levels worth of Barbarian from the kill, which at 100 XP per level is 3,800 times the 2 commanders times the buffs that Lohar gives us for extra AP, for extra XP. There we're looking at about 11,000 XP just from 40 AP, plus all the speed ups, plus the Lohar gifts. So the return is off the table. But remember though, you are giving your time to do this. It's quite fiddly. It's not super easy to do. You have to use a teleport to get into a nice tight spot, and then of course you need to summon the Lohar, block off spots with other marches, and grind like crazy. Let's now have a quick review of how the account is looking. So City Hall is only 11 at the moment, but that course gives me 3 marches. The Alliance Centre and the Academy both match the City Hall as they should. In the Academy I am working on writing for that precious research speed buff before I go back to doing any more military. The reason why I'm concentrating on military, of course, though, is because I'm trying to progress the expedition for my Sunset Arena team, where if you're going for the Hidden Lotus, you, of course, would be progressing as much economic technology as you can, because it's a better return per hour power-wise. How's the map doing? We're on 15%, which is nice. I've got a few caves to open up. Let's see if we can get some VIP. No chance. Almost given up at this point. Yep, no 200 VIP there. Keep opening the keys, which is moving my commander power forward slowly. But of course, we've now got the chance to get Lohar. It'll be really precious to get that 50% XP. Even more important for the Barbarian Chainers, because it will super boost and make it more effective what they're trying to do. So come on. Tap. Go. Bang. Oh, never mind. So let's keep pushing on. Keep pushing the power on. I need to get to 300k to stay in this alliance, so that shouldn't be a problem. Few free Lohar. Now, these people that are spending AP doing Junior Lohar during the Lohar event I can't even explain how terrible that is to do. The occasional Dauntless I don't think hurts though. What would be great though is if you have 2 farm accounts that can be clearing Lohar, but you should no main account should be spending AP on a green Lohar, especially during the Lohar event, because we want to get as many of the necklaces as we can. Now I've got 69 at the moment to open, so let's see what we get. Great. 2 blue Lohar, 15 5-minute speed ups. That's brilliant. Oh, and what I love about the Lohar event is it gives gems. So that's 50 gems. So that was a really good haul. So remember though, resources should start to be looking like this. Gathering. So I've got gold and stone, gold and stone, gold and stone. Because remember, I'm going to be getting my wood and food from the Lohar event. And you should start to be seeing your stone and gold pull ahead. And remember, you've still got your bubble up at the moment, but when that runs out, just keep in mind you don't want too much gold in hand. So perhaps stop opening the quests that have given gold reward, because you don't want too much just in case somebody jumps you. Helps are only on 1,150. Now, if you're trying for the Hidden Lotus, you should be well into the 3,000 or 4,000s, but I'm taking it easy. Working on gold mine level 10. Why am I doing this? Well, so your default role, or your default what to do, is the main quest line. Should you not be able to progress the main quest line, you progress your city hall, which are usually linked. I currently can't progress my city hall because I'm waiting for the wall, which is down here. So I have a spare building queue, so I've simply jumped ahead to the next city hall requirement, which I think will be the trading post, and the higher levels of the trading post need the gold mine. So simple bit of housekeeping, but if you're not sure what to do, main quest line, can't do it, city hall, can't do it, then the requirement for the next city hall is what you should be working on. Let's talk about commanders for a moment. I'm doing quite an odd commander build in that I'm trying to put together a Sunset Canyon team that might be able to steal a few gold keys in a new kingdom. But the main other options are, you could be developing your gathering commanders. So here we are. But I have only done one of my gathering commanders, which I will be using for perhaps gems. So if you're not developing your gathering commander zone, you need to have other accounts or farm accounts that will be supporting you in terms of resources. The other people you could be, the next lot of commanders you could be doing at the moment would be your peacekeepers, but I'm only doing Lohar, and the reason why I'm only doing Lohar is because of his bonus XP, and I intend to use him in the Sunset Canyon team, so I'm going to try to get a double use out of him. The third commander category is of course your fighting units. It's really early days in the kingdom to be progressing your fighting units, but of course I've got Sun Tzu there and I have Bella unlocked, but I'm not going to work on them yet until I've established my Sunset Canyon team, which Sun Tzu will in fact be part of. So that's why he is getting some XP at the moment. But to compete in Sunset Canyon at one time, you could have gatherers, you could have peacekeepers, and you could work on a Sunset Canyon team. But as the game has progressed and we move towards min-maxing, it becomes harder and harder to compete in Sunset Canyon, because even there are people with expertise Minamoto who are now using the City Keeper trick. So it's becoming harder and harder to progress unless you min-max your commanders. As I'm trying to develop a Sunset Canyon team, I'm trying to avoid power spreading on my commanders. But as I've got 32 heads in Lancelot that I can't use because his level is too low, he is always useful as a fast march. For example, going to get a rune from a faraway holy site. So what I am going to do is get him to level 10. And then we're going to 3-star him. Oh no, we don't have any triple stars. We're going to try and 3-star him. Come on, could do with some luck here. Extra 800. Oh, no luck. But it does mean that I can now use the sculptures I've got spare, which is 800, 800, and I'll be able to progress him. That's a little extra march speed, another 3% march speed, and all his talents are going to go into march speed. So we've got the 3% there, we've got the 3% there, and now we're going to go to this one here and get another 6% there. Always useful to have a fast unit, and that's a little extra power taking me over 300k and pushing me towards that next reward which I need, which is 350k, which is going to be 2 gold keys and 30 hours in speed ups. So let's keep pushing power. Because I'm trying to push expedition and I'm using City Keeper, I am in fact using my speed ups from training to try and progress as many tier 2 as I can infantry, so that I can progress that expedition, get Ethelfled, and that will hopefully help me progress the account overall. It is an option, however, to wait and save your training speed ups until the training altar is available, but I personally choose not to do this. I don't think it's worth it. The fact that I will definitely use him in my Sunset Canyon team. I've now also got Baybars to level 10, and now I have a triple star, so we can guarantee the 3-star on him, and just a 1. Oh, you're kidding me. Oh well, never mind. I'll use that 3-star on another somebody else. In an effort to get to the 350k power to trigger the reward, I've pushed my City Hall on to level 12, which of course means I've immediately done my Alliance Centre to level 12, and as soon as I've got my helps, Academy will be level 12 as well. And then we need to get Archer Range to level 12. That's of course a bit of a problem, because if we're building the Archer Range without using speed ups, we're going to lose training time. So this is another building, like the Academy, that must always be sped up. So let's do that now. Whoops, that was a 10-minute at the end by mistake. We're going to have to grab that. So whilst we're doing the wood though, we will get some more troops going, but not too many. And let's keep pushing on the power, get to that 350 today. We've just triggered the talk to the villagers at the gate. This means we then have the golden apples, where commanders appear in the city and they give you a gold key the first time you talk to them. Kid has just attacked my gatherers. My best advice is here is don't worry about it. They're using Cleopatra with Minamoto, so they don't know what they're doing. They're just a kid. I know revenge is sweet sometimes, but don't go hitting cities. Just gather away from them. If they keep bothering you, work as an alliance to sort them out. I've been a bit lazy with my farms, and I've got a bit of a problem on BlueStack that it seems to want to update, and I can't log into the game on it. So I'm having to start a farm the old-fashioned way on my phone, and I've been a bit lazy, so I'm now having to boost it as fast as I can, get some siege on it, and of course start clearing some Lohar. And remember, this is going to have to get to level 16, like my main. It's going to have to get 600k in Alliance coin to buy a passport, so it's got a lot to do. So let me get pushing this on. Really, I'd like to have maybe 3 farms, but as I say, without the PC, that's a nightmare to do on the phone. So let's keep pushing this. And as I say, remember, if you're not got the gatherers on your main, it's almost impossible, in fact, on a single account produce the resources you need. So please, please think about your farm now. It's coming to an end. My total power is 352,000 power. So if I was going for the Hidden Lotus, I would need another 80,000 power from somewhere. But this is a more relaxed attempt. Let's grab the prize there and open the gold keys. 3 gold keys to play with. Let's see if we can get a bit of luck. Any legendaries? No. Bella's always nice. Nothing there. So another day done. My concentration for tonight, though, before I go to bed, though, will be to get this archer range to level 12, and I have the speed ups to do that now. I have the 350,000 reward. I love the early battles in Kingdoms, especially when, you know, everyone's got their tier 1 siege with them as they're having a good fight. But it is important to remember that really, if your alliance doesn't get 4 sanctums at a minimum and then go on to get 5 or 6 altars, then really it hasn't been successful. If somebody's in your way, this is a war game and you've got to move them out of your way. So be careful if you're in an alliance where they're being too nice. And sometimes other alliances will, instead of fighting you, they would just ally with all the small alliances around you and box you in. So be careful. Sometimes you've got to burn a flag. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel bad. It's a war game. And a lot of these small alliances, they're not going to play a role in your kingdom. So the big alliances need to move through and push them out of the way. And it's a great time to learn who's going to turn up, who's going to join the rally, and who knows what they're doing. Let's have an end of day review. So let's have a look at the power breakdown. 85, 35, 88 and 145 on the commander power, as I did Baybars and Lancelot, but that's still moving forward nicely. Let's now have a look at troops. That's the army at the moment, 63,000 troops with an 88,000 power. Obviously tier 2 infantry flying ahead as my tank in march. The monument slowly progressing. That will be available soon or whilst I'm asleep. But we're heading into day 3, and as I say, I'm enjoying this account. And I have some more Lohar necklaces to open. Let's have a little look how many we've got. Another 25, resulting in no blue Lohar but 30 gems and a few speed ups. So that's nice. Also check out resources and speed ups. Resources not looking great, but not to worry. Right, building 2 hours, training 1 hour, but the speed ups down the bottom there, 54 hours with that 30-hour reward from the 350. So I'm not on an empty tank yet, but let's keep pushing.